Hello, everybody. What's up? This is Gina Ifoe, the one and only African superstar. Good morning to those of you that are on my side of the ocean, and good morning to those of you that are out there in the West. Certainly, I know it'll be quite early in America at this time, but we're going to do this weekend only rotation. Big shout outs to the customers of the AfricanSuperstar.com. I appreciate all of your support, guys. Please make sure if you've recently purchased our new Black to School collection, please send me those pictures. I shared on the live stream last night some of the new products that came in yesterday. A formal unboxing video will be uploaded today. But anyway, big shout outs to the customers, AfricanSuperstar.com. Also, big shout outs to our members only who are designated by the circle next to their name. They are supporting our platform on a monthly basis and getting access to a behind the scenes vlog. So much love to our members only. I appreciate you. Big shout outs to the family. If you are here, make sure that you like the stream. I want to talk about this topic because I think, unfortunately, a lot of our people get caught up in the fact that they have had difficult situations in their life. So today I want to talk about how I have learned to heal from past traumas. I believe in overcoming. I believe in escalating. I believe in moving beyond difficulties. And with that being said, you have to learn how to get over your obstacles. You see, because any person that you see and admire, any prominent person, any successful business person, any, entertainer or whomever you look to and admire, these people, it's not that they haven't had setbacks, guys. It's never that they have not had setbacks. Okay? Your ability to have success is directly correlated with your ability to bounce back from the setbacks that you experience, okay? From the obstacles, all right? From the disappointment, the lies or deceit, whatever you have encountered. One of the things that helped me learn how to get over traumas is I realized that the situations that I'm encountering, I'm not the first person to ever encounter those situations. So say, for instance, you're really depressed because you lost a job. Okay. You got to sit there and ask yourself, am I the first person to ever be fired? Am I the first person to ever have my company shut down? Am I the first person to not meet productivity? Huh? Am I the first person to have a racist encounter at this workplace? The truth is, no, you're not. You're absolutely not the first person to go through that situation. Why should that situation shake you to the core if you know for a fact you're not the only person who's gone through it? And you might even know examples of people that have overcome it. If you ever sit down to watch lectures from, successful businessmen or, motivational speakers, they'll often tell you, you know what, I was in the worst circumstances before I made it big. There's an excellent movie that I would recommend that you see if you have not seen it. It's called For the Pursuit of Happiness. Okay. It was made very popular by the movie that Will Smith played with his son. I believe Jaden played in the movie with him. And, essentially, this man was homeless. He was a salesman. He was going through marital problems. Everything was happening to him at the same time. Okay. But he didn't choose to let those circumstances take over his life. He kept moving. That is my second advice. My first advice is understand it's not a situation that's happening to you solely. All right. Or has ever just happened to you solely. Number two is keep moving. It's quite easy to sit down and look at your life and feel sorry for yourself. Feel sorry about this. Feel sorry about that. The things that happen to you unjustly. Feeling bad about that. But the reality is much like, the parable of the tortoise and the hare, which I talked about some time back probably on the last platform. The tortoise entered a race, for instance, that he knew the probabilities were not really in his favor of winning that. Okay, so let's say if it was on an equal playing field, the tortoise and the hare were racing against each other. We all know definitively that the hare would win because we know that the tortoise is one of the, one of the slowest creatures in the world. Okay, they're known for that. So the tortoise stepped up to the plate in a battle, in a fight that he knew was not even in his probability. The one thing that was the saving grace of the tortoise, for instance, was the fact that he kept going throughout the race. Okay, the hare slipped up, made a mistake. The hare was too arrogant. Okay, the hare fell asleep. You can use all these things figuratively or literally or whatever you want to, but basically, because the tortoise didn't give up through rain, through shine, he ended up having the last laugh. It is a lesson about perseverance. Okay, when you get that first no, for those of you that are venturing onto the continent, when you get that first hiccup, when you get that first disappointment, many of you guys, may not know the story of how on my very first trip to Nigeria, I was deported. Yes, I was deported from Nigeria. I arrived in Nigeria and they turned around and sent me back to the UK on the next flight. Okay. I did not allow that to prohibit me from going to Nigeria. I confidently returned to Nigeria within 6 months, I believe. Number two, I didn't let that stop me from visiting the continent. Number three, I didn't let that jade my experiences on the continent. You can look at many Pan-African travelers or Pan-African content creators and see some of the challenges that they go through. And they don't say, you know what, this is my last travel. I know, for instance, in the case of Wode Maya, some countries he's been refused, he's been arrested, sometimes he's been harassed, he's had to bribe, he's had to do a lot of things on his African travels. There's not been an occasion that he says, you know what, I'm done with that continent. I'm just going to go and travel the world. I'm just going to go back to Asia, or I'm going to venture onto the West. He continues and persists. Big shout out to Gregory X. I see you there. Thank you so much, guys. Make sure you like the stream. If you're in the building, say something so I can greet you as well. I'm talking about healing because our people don't talk about healing. They just talk about the pain. To talk about how people have hurt them and people have lied and people have scammed them and disappointed them and blah, blah, blah. All of that stuff. I mean, I don't mean to be callous, but at the same time, I just have to say it very directly to you. All of that stuff is very trivial. Okay? It is not an excuse or a reason for you to be a failure. Let's say, for instance, you had a trauma, when you were a teenager. Let's say you had a broken heart. Someone robbed you, one of your parents died. Now you are 40, 50, 60. That trauma is not an excuse for the last 4, 3, 6 decades of your life. You got to pack it in. Whatever comes at you guys, especially for the leaders, especially for those of you that want something in the end of your life. Okay? When your life is gone, when your life is finished, you want something to have indicated that you have lived. Not that you just came, ate and drank, slept, went to work, was on Facebook sharing. You actually want a legacy behind your name. You've got to learn the art of getting past traumas. Big shout outs to Mrs. Bowen, my guys. I know it's a bit early for some of you out there. The folks that's in my chat room, they're on the continent. So big shout outs to Gregory and Ms. Bowen. The first thing, like I said, is realize it's not happening just to you. Pan-African people, those of us that are very vocal about a lot of things that's happening with our people, the backlash it's not new. The backlash to people speaking this kind of message, it is not new. Do not take it personal. It's normal. Okay, number 2, keep moving. Number three, envision greatness. I'm very happy to say that a lot of things that I've been able to accomplish thus far in my life, it all started with the vision. What's up, Amina? Hi, sweetie. Big shout outs. Thank you for joining me from the UK. Thank you. You are most welcome. Um, a lot of the things that are ongoing in my life right now, or I've been able to, erect, it all started with the vision. It all started with a thought. You know, when you are, for instance, in a losing position, envision yourself winning. You know, envision, what if I can actually get this thing achieved? Big shout outs to Miss Boma. We've been chatting quite frequently in the more recent times. Miss Boma is in Ghana and she is doing farming. Okay. And recently she had a massive setback, due to some of her staff on the farm. She lost some livestock and stuff like that, and a significant financial loss. Envision your farm flourishing. Envision the money rolling in. Envision what it can be and let that vision be what drives you. Like I told you guys, I have a website. Some of you are new, like Miss Amina. I have my website, my signature website, theafricansuperstar.com. This is one of my new products that just came in from my Black to School collection. Before this was an actual product, I envisioned the design. I created the design. I created my logo, that star, which is me inside of the star. All these things came from the vision. Before I moved to Ghana, I envisioned living in Ghana. Basically, that vision was what kept me going every single day when I used to work, for instance, in the mental hospital. Okay. And the white people were mistreating me and the patients were being racist and I was exhausted and I had to work 12-hour shifts. And, life was a bit challenging for me. The vision, this is how you overcome stuff, guys. Number 4 is challenge yourself. Overcoming obstacles is not about anyone else. It's about you. It's about, I can do this. I can get over this hurdle. I can get back on my feet. I can make the dream come true. It has to do with ambition. Life success, it's not by chance, guys. It's not by chance. It's not by chance. It's a conscious decision to keep on pursuing what it is that you need, what you want. I think big shout outs to you guys that's here. First trivia question. Okay. Do you know, for instance, an entertainer or a musician that you feel is not really talented? Put a number 1. Okay. Every time you see this person in a movie, you think to yourself, oh my God, I hate this person. They're not great. Every time you see this musician, you're thinking, oh my God, they can't even sing. They can't even rap. What's going on here? Okay. If you know someone who's in the public eye, I'll put it to that. If you know someone in the public eye you think is not talented, please put a number 1. Big shout outs to those of you in the chat room participating in our trivia. My point is, a lot of times when you look behind these individuals, like I'll pick someone like Jennifer Lopez. Jennifer Lopez is a great example. Yeah, she's beautiful. But Jennifer Lopez, she's not the best singer. She's had several failed movies. She actually kind of started her career when she was a bit older. She kind of started getting the public eye when she was like in her 30s, late 30s, I believe. And the point is, if you look at Jennifer Lopez, I got to give it to her. Her grind is ridiculous. Her grind is ridiculous. I even read an article about her, which, when she emerged, a lot of magazines and newspapers and bloggers were talking about how she wasn't talented, how she, wasn't this, wasn't that. And Jennifer said, you know what, I took all that stuff and I used it as the fuel. I'm going to keep on going. I'm going to keep on persisting. You've got to have that kind of drive. It makes the difference. It really, really does. There are contrarily very popular, very talented individuals that lack what? The drive. Huh? They won't even advocate on their own behalf. Okay? I've seen lots of them on Facebook. Sometimes people share artwork, sometimes people share music, and you think to yourself, my God, this person is amazingly talented. But guess what? They won't get out there on the front lines. A lot of these people that are kind of subpar, they're willing to go. I personally don't think Mayweather is a great boxer. He's mastered the ability of how to score the highest points in his boxing matches, but a lot of it is really just a strategy in terms of him being an amazing boxer and knocking people out. Something like a Muhammad Ali, he's not really that guy. But guess what? Every time you see Mayweather, he's hyping himself up. He's advertising himself. I'm the best. I'm the best boxer. I'm this. I'm that. I'm the most rich. Speak it into existence, guys. Wherever you are in life, you don't gotta stay there. And a message to my young people. Some of you guys, I understand, because this generation is crazy. Okay, a lot of you, unfortunately, are growing up with parents that are not doing a wonderful job. And that's just the truth of it. Okay, you may be growing up with parents that don't even know how to be parents. You might be growing up in very chaotic environments, things like that. Take this word from me. Do not let that dictate the entire course of your future. Choose that you want something different than what you've experienced. I know it's difficult to, change learned behavior, but if you're in your 20s and 30s, there's no reason that from this point on, you should just be a damaged individual for the rest of your life. When you have, for instance, betrayal, you have a close friend, your spouse leaves you, people conspire against you, whatever the case may be. Okay. Do not give those people the satisfaction of you not being able to bounce back from whatever they have done to you. As long as you are living and you have health, all right, you can come back. Hear it from me. You can come back. Sometimes, big shout out to my big sister, Michelle. She has a steel trap memory. My memory ain't that great. I basically remember when people try to play me, is what I remember. But my sister remembers, she could probably tell me what outfit I wore, to prom. What I'm saying? She remembers everything. And my sister will also, she will often remind me of things that have happened. You remember when this and that happened? You remember when? And I'll be like, nah. And then she'll give me the details of the situation. And I'll be like, damn, I totally forgot. I have put those things so far behind me. One of my favorite Bible verses. I grew up in the church. I'm no longer associated, but I grew up in the church. And one of my favorite Bible verses was, when I was a child, I spoke childish things. But when I became a man, I put away childish things. Okay? Put the pain behind you, guys. The truth is, the reality is, whatever you're encountering, you're not the first person to encounter it. Shout outs to the diasporians, those of you that have moved to the continent. Whatever you're encountering on the continent, it's not the first time. Huh? So you go to the market and somebody tries to charge you extra money. Is that the first time? Matter of fact, if you're a world traveler, does that not occur wherever you go? Huh? I'm pretty sure. I've never been to India. But I'm pretty sure if you show up in India and they know you're an American, they know you're a British, they're trying to charge you extra when you go to the market because you don't know the going price. I'm pretty sure when you go to Colombia or Brazil and they recognize, oh, you're from America, you're from Europe, you're from Canada, they try to charge you extra. Huh? If you're a world traveler and you go around the world, you see how people perceive America, England, Germany, Canada, Australia. It's nothing different. Don't make yourself, don't single yourself out like it's something different. It's not. Many people are dealing with this stuff. This is part of the transition that we're going to go through when we decide, you know what, I'm going back to the continent. I'm going to be the one to reconnect my family lines. I'm going to be the one to start this business. Hello, second trivia question. If you have heard of diasporians going through land disputes, let me see a number 2. If you have heard of any diasporians, any country, let me see a number 2. Huh? I'm talking about buying land that wasn't legally their land. I'm talking about people showing up on the land when people are trying to build. They're called land guards, saying, hey, you got to pay me this money. All kind of stuff. It's not just you. Huh? It's not just you. Here on YouTube, there's countless videos. Land scams. Huh? Going on. Let's exercise SMP, the mission statement of this channel. Strategy, maturity, and patience. Strategy, maturity, and patience will help you know that, guess what? Life is not always smooth and beautiful. If you encounter, which guys, let's be, I'm being honest with you here. You're going to go through some hiccups when you move to the continent. Yes, you will. You're going to go through some cultural differences. Yes, you will. Some of you guys might evaluate, have I made the right decision? Now, see, I've already made that decision before I moved, because a lot of the reasons I moved had to do with racial connotations. So whatever I'm going through on the continent there's no comparison to what I'm going to go through in America and UK. So for me, Africa is the best decision, period. All right. Number 2, I hate the weather in the West. Cold weather, I don't like it. Snow, I don't like it. I like sunny days. Okay. African nations are some of the few, nations in the world where you're going to get that weather all year long. So for me, okay, I can put up with Doomsor. All right. Which is, the electricity. Big shout outs to that super chat. I'm coming through to do shout outs. Okay. Big shout outs to Akon Tribesman. I see you there, brother. Thank you. I can put up with Doomsor. Okay. Some of you guys in the West, y'all can't put up with Doomsor. Okay. You need 24/7 electricity so you can be on YouTube and Instagram doing nothing, wasting time. Okay. I can put up with rocky roads. Living in Ghana, it doesn't even bother me no more. I'm used to it. If I get to a road that's not paved, oh well. I mean, it's not a big deal. So what? Matter of fact, when I go to do shopping, or if I go to the markets, I know they're going to try to charge me extra. So I figured out ways to get around it. Get yourself a local Ghanaian friend or Senegalese friend that can be, your ambassador. Either they can go on your behalf or they can speak for you when you're at the market. Hello. You see, in life, it's all about decisions that you make. When they took down my platform back in April, for those of you that are watching and may not be aware, this is my second YouTube platform. I had a large YouTube platform, over 11,000 subscribers. YouTube took my channel down because of these truths that I share with y'all. I could have sat back. Okay, it's now almost September, basically. Let's see, what's today? Today's the 28th of August, so it's almost, September. So that's, let's see, May, June, July, August. 4 months. 4 months ago, my platform went down. I could still now be talking about that they took my platform down. I could still be like, it's unfair. I had a good channel. I don't even swear on my videos. Family friendly, sophisticated, intellectual content, non-threatening. Did I deserve to have my platform come down? Hell no. But instead of that, Instead of that, the very day that my platform went down, this platform was already set up. See, big shout outs to those of y'all that remember this channel used to be my backup channel. So I had already set it up just in the event of an emergency. I came live on this channel, all right, and told everybody what was happening. The point is, guys, overcome your traumas. Make the conscious decision, okay? Overcome the situations that you feel are prohibiting you from being great. Matter of fact, if you're really smart, you will use those things to be, you will use them as fuel. Nothing motivates me more than people that tell me I can't do something. Haters and people that have tried to be a stumbling block to me, I'm like, oh yeah, you're going to see me. You're going to see me. Yes, you will. I'm going to come back. Absolutely. I'm not going to sit in a situation where people can have a pity party regarding me. You know, I'm pretty sure there were platforms, people, viewers, blah, blah, blah. Some people that have been blocked from my channel in the past. They had a good laugh at my expense. They thought it was hilarious. Wow, the African Superstars platform went down. She deserved it. I never liked her anyway. I don't give people an opportunity to have a laugh at my expense. Guess what? I'm black. I'm black like I never left. I'll always be back like I never left because it's a conscious decision no matter what comes down your path. Our people are being weak. Our people are being immature. They have adopted a victimization mindset where all they do is complain about their problems, people that don't like them, people that have taken advantage of, and they don't do anything about it. So, guys, this is my message today. Big shout outs to the family. I'm coming through to do shout outs now. I done had to talk. I had to get it off my chest. You know, I'm on a weekend only rotation. So, what's up, family? Let me start out with the shout outs. Please, if you're here in the room, make sure you like this stream. You can also support this stream. I also have hot new products at the africansuperstar.com. I'm showing off the new products. Please stop over and get yourself some gear. I'm not really particularly huge on donations, but you can buy and get products. You can support members only if you enjoy this content. Okay. So big shout outs to Gregory X, one of our long-term brothers. I see you there. Mrs. Boama, she's hailing from Ghana. Miss Amina is there. Look at her lovely smile. Oh, I had to put my glasses on to see you, babe. Thank you for stopping by, family. Scarlett. Hi, sweetie pie. She got her glasses on too. Huh? I see you there. Gregory says, when Mayweather was a knockout artist, he was underpaid. Once he became completely defensive and started marketing himself, he became insanely rich. And this is what I'm talking about. This is about the people that market themselves. You know, they're always out there on the front lines. They're always advocating on their behalf. They're always ready. You know, people like me, I'm a motivational speaker. Sometimes people will give me very limited advance notice. Hey, Gina, can you come to this event? Can you speak? I got to be ready. I can't say, oh no, it takes me a month to prepare. I have to write a speech. I have to memorize it. What's the content about? You got to be ready when opportunities come. You know, because sometimes that's all it takes. In our day and age here with social media, there's a thing called viral. Okay, it means the right people see your videos or whatever, your post, your picture, and just like that, the doors start opening. Okay, entrepreneurs, those of you that are trying to get exposure, you need to continually, behind the scenes, be readying yourself for the day and the moment that that opportunity might come available. And always be ready to market yourself. Simple things such as, you know, you should have business cards. Okay, I know business cards are a little outdated or whatever. My business cards just have my social media handles, no phone numbers, my email address, my website. If you run into someone, so for instance, I'm going to wear my backpack out today. So somebody says, oh, wow, I love that backpack. Bam, you can give them the card. Here's my website information. You can purchase it here. You see what I'm saying? You got to always be ready. All right. Big shout outs to Gregory X with that point. Once again, big shout outs to our super chat donor, Mr. Khan Treisman. He says the pushback by non-Pan Africanists is vicious. And we also, you know, Pan-Africans should take that as a challenge. Because I know I do. Because at the end of the day, guys, in the most raw form, if what we talk about is actually valid and realistic on the continent, we should be able to enact it. So for all of us that talk about Africa's the future, you can do this, you can do that, it should be evident in our lives. 10, 15 years from now, we should have something to show for the things that we said, if it's true. And all of our doubters and everybody who tells us that we're crazy, this is it right here. This should be a driving force. It's like, you know what? I will make my African dream come true because I believe in it and because it's true. Big shout outs to Akan Tribesman on that. Kim Obigiako, what's up, sweetheart? Thank you so much. I'm happy to see you and thanks for joining us. Ms. Beaumont said y'all better get the lights up. Cashy's Lives Later says, I've been thinking of relocating, but I don't like so much hot weather. Well, for that topic, I can say before I actually relocated to Ghana, I had already decided that I love Ghana, but I decided to tour and try other nations. The continent has a lot to boast, maybe I think it's pretty much proven that West Africa is like the hottest. It's next to the equator. The temperature is usually, it can be humid there. It can, in Ghana, it's usually about 30 every day. At our coldest point, I've seen it get as low as like 25, 26. That's Celsius. Okay. Places such as Egypt, so Northern Africa, Kenya, Kenya is very temperate. I remember one trip I went from Accra to Nairobi for business and I was freezing in Nairobi. This was in February of 2020. Okay. I went to Nairobi, following Ghana, and I was super cold at night. It got as cold as like 15, 16 at night in Kenya. I know in South Africa, they have seasons, I haven't been all around the continent, but I do know that some places have seasons, so maybe, for instance, West Africa is not your place. Maybe you want to live in East Africa where, you're having more tropical waters, like in Tanzania, it's absolutely scenic, beautiful. It kind of reminds me of like the Caribbean, stuff like that. So you kind of got to determine what's working for you. But me, I love hot weather. If I never see a piece of snow again in my life, I've seen enough snow to last me. I'm in pre-retirement stages. I don't want to, I like hot weather. So, I love the weather in Ghana. I love the weather in Nigeria. You'll never, ever hear me complain. You guys see me out at the pool in the sun. That makes me come alive. It's wonderful. Not having a life that's weather permitting, like in the UK. When I was in the UK, you got to worry about, what's the weather going to be like? Is it going to rain today? All this type of nonsense. You don't really have to worry about that per se in Ghana. We do have rainy seasons and stuff, but I don't know. So I would advise you catch these lives later to tour, to try to figure out what you want to do. What's up, Mr. Blackavelli? I see you there. Thank you for joining us. Yeah, see, this is a lot of what you don't know. This is a lot of what you don't know. And you've been, not just you specifically, but we've been lied to. A lot of information's been omitted from the media, from our education. We don't really know what's on the continent, to be honest, until we get out there and start exploring it ourselves. So yes, there are some places on the continent that are more temperate. If you don't like, for instance, the hot weather of West Africa, I have, a friend of mine that she told me she prefers East Africa because of the weather. Now, West Africa is more lit though. Yeah, West Africa is more lit. And I would say in regards to the Pan-Africans, the Pan-Africanism sentiment is more in West Africa than any place I've been. You might have some strong Pan-African vibes in like South Africa, for instance, because they experienced the apartheid. The past leaders and stuff of Ghana, such as Dr. Kwame Nkrumah, he was the first president of Ghana. huge on Pan-Africanism, huge on it, so the roots of that is really, really big in West Africa. So I do see sometimes through social media, you have some diasporans that go to East Africa expecting, some Africans to kind of share that. And Pan-Africanism is not really big from what I've experienced in East Africa. They're very, I'd say in Kenya, they're quite westernized. Nairobi is a massive city. You have all the amenities just like being in the West. So, that's why you got to get out here and see the world because they've been lying to you. They've been lying to you. Ms. Boma is with me in Ghana, and she says she doesn't ever want to see snow. She's from America as well. We've had enough. Severe weather, thunderstorms, tornadoes, all that stuff. I grew up in Ohio. Okay. There's severe weather in Ohio, thunderstorms, tornadoes, all that stuff, floods. We're over that. We don't want to do that no more. This is a whole different topic. I'm gonna say this: Ghanaian men don't cheat. Okay, I'm with the consensus. Like that's a little insider joke for any of my Ghana folk. Y'all know that's like a saying in Ghana. Oh, Ghanaian men don't cheat. Obviously some of them do, but yeah, Ghanaian men they're very attractive. But I mean, they're not the only ones. I mean, the continent has so much to offer. The continent has so much to offer, depending on what you into. My homegirl Afro Millennial Mama, she's in Senegal. Her husband, he literally looks like a supermodel. You can go over to her channel and see him. He comes in the video sometimes. They're building a mansion with a pool and stuff in Senegal right now as we speak. But yeah, I mean, it just depends on what you're into. So I don't know. That's a different topic. We're not talking about that today. We're talking about overcoming your obstacles, guys. And I would like to say, just before I wrap up, it's all in your hands. We have been geared as a people to always look outside of ourselves for the solutions to our problems. We've also been taught to medicate. So those of you in the West, you've been taught to kind of compensate for the deficits. Like, oh yeah, they're going to be racist to you, but this is what you do. Oh yeah, police brutality is a thing. Go get your picket signs. You haven't really been taught that, okay, I don't necessarily got to deal with this. The world is my oyster. I can check out different opportunities. I might like life more somewhere else than here. That's never a proposed solution. As well as healing is not a proposed solution. Okay, you go to someone, you say, I'm depressed. Okay, they don't take an analysis of your life and say, you know what, Gregory, you're slacking. Blockavelli, you're 400 pounds. Your lack of confidence comes from the fact that you're obese and you can't, your love life is non-existent. And, this is what's stressing you. They don't say that. Okay, I'm teasing. Blackavelli, he's not 400 pounds, as you can see from the picture. Okay, he was just the example. They don't want to have those real conversations with you that's going to spark healing. What they want to say is, okay, Blackavelli, come back and see me in 2 weeks and we're going to have another conversation about your depression. Okay, we're going to, you need 12 sessions. When really they could say, get that gym membership tomorrow, start walking on the treadmill for 5 minutes until you can do 6, until you can do 7, eat 3 pieces of fruit every single day and drink 4 glasses of water. Actual, legitimate advices that can change your life. They're never going to give you that. I want to see some of you guys overcome whatever's hindering you and be successful. And in 20 years, we'll sit back and laugh and say, wow, remember when that happened? Remember when that lockdown in 2020? We didn't let that stop us. We still came onto the continent. Remember this, remember that. We found a way around it. You feel me? Axine. But it's a choice. It's a choice. Do you want to be in the same position this year, next year as you are this year? Do you want to? If you don't want to, you got to take strategic steps to prevent that. So again, guys, big shout out to the African Superstar family. Thank you guys for coming out again. We had a pretty good crowd today, considering I know it's quite early, especially for a lot of those of you in America. Please make sure that you like the video. Don't forget to head over to the website, check out the new products. You know what I'm saying? I'm rolling out my fall and winter collection in 2 weeks. Okay, so you'll be able to get gear. I got clothes for the fellas, for the ladies, leggings, bombers, shirts, long sleeve shirts. You know, I heard some of you guys asking for those. So I'm bringing all that stuff out, so that you can be fresh and fly this year, this winter time. Okay, maybe you might be in the airports, maybe you might be heading to the continent. Rock your African superstar gear. You know what I'm saying? All right, family. And if you have not seen my products directly following this broadcast, I will run one of the adverts so you can see my Black to School collection, which is all the new bags, gym bags, drawstrings, backpacks. It's super dope. Exclusive designs. I created them all myself at theafricansuperstar.com, which I also build and run. So until we meet again, stay Black and true. If you ain't Black, just stay true.